Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. Let's re-enter Dresden, do some management, and set off on another adventure. Ismera looks the same as before, but far more wary. So it is true. The commander has returned from the dead. We've heard all manner of rumors, but we did not know what to believe. So I came here myself to be sure it's true, and not yet another trick of the demons. What's the news from Wintersun? I thought time would heal Wintersun, but it hasn't been easy. People gradually returned to their lives, but the mere sight of their homeland brought back memories of the atrocities. This is why, when the demons returned, we didn't fight the way we should have. What will you do now? We will leave in search of a better life. The place we called home all these centuries no longer accepts us. There are too many ghosts here, too many memories. Ismera sighs. I do not know where we'll go, but I'll pray to the spirits that the new place will accept us. Farewell, Gizmera. Farewell, Commander. May the spirits watch over you. Hope our paths will cross again someday. They will. Commander, although you're once again victorious in your last encounter with Kremzada, I'm worried. We've been interrogating the prisoners, and some interesting information has come to light. It seems Kremzada intends to fundamentally alter his strategy, and be on the defensive next time we fight. That is uncharacteristic of him. Indeed, it's uncharacteristic of demons generally. For the most part, they'd all prefer a ruthless onslaught. Our enemy seeks to counter us with a robust formation, overwhelm us with ranged assaults, and grind our attacks to dust, one after another. Opposing demons who fight defensively is unknown territory. We must be prepared for it. I suggest we train our infantry in ways of withstanding enemy shots, which should secure our victory in a ranged duel. Huh, what's this I'm hearing? The demons are afraid, want to fight on the defensive. Perfect. Let them stand there, and wait while our cavalry mows them down. The demons intend to fight in a disciplined manner, a plan destined for failure. We'll send our infantry out to meet them, and then see who blinks first and attacks. Once they have a good grip on our infantry's throat, we'll surround their entire force and crush it. So the demons have decided to play with us. Well, they don't know who they're dealing with. Give me, let's see, even a few daring riders, and I'll put the kibosh on this Kremzada's whole strategy, no matter how great a general he is. We got the foul be scared stiff, eh? They're right to be scared, but it's not enough. An enemy that's dug in, caught on the defensive, in an unfamiliar land, they're sitting ducks. We approach them from any direction, we pick them apart piece by piece. I defeated Kremzada once, and I'll do it again. That's what I'm hoping for. I'd advise against underestimating our opponent. Kremzada is like an angry old wolf. Yes, he growls and grins like the others, but he's much smarter, more perceptive, and more experienced than the rest of his kind. And he learns. He's learned from his mistakes, and I want to radically reevaluate his tactics. If you think this is normal behavior for a demon general, you're mistaken. Kremzada may well present us with some unpleasant surprises when next we meet. I want to hear the opinions of my advisors. Everyone looks at you expectantly. Sela, what strategy do you suggest? We don't even need a strategy. It works great for us if the demons want to stand there like statues and defend. Our cavalry is fast and deadly. Containing the enemy is all we need to do to turn this whole defensive tactic into, we walked right into a trap and we can't get out. So in essence, you're suggesting we place the burden of winning this battle solely on the cavalry, which means the bulk of our losses will be our most valuable and least recoupable troops. It'd be wiser to set the demons on the infantry. Regil, what's your proposition? Having the slightest doubt that the demons will fail to change their own fundamental nature, and thus will not suddenly become a disciplined army, capable of either restraint or the execution of complex plans. We'll send the infantry out against the enemy. Close, a stone's throw from their ranks. The demons' discipline will falter. They'll be tempted by the bait and break formation. Then we attack with everything we have and crush them. Crimson thinks he can play our own rules against us. That'll be his fatal mistake. Greybore, what are you thinking? There's a trick called Brat on a String. Imagine some guards standing watch. A snotty urchin walks up to them, calls them every name he knows. Throws a handful of ox manure at them, then darts into an alleyway. Could you resist the temptation to chase after him and grab him by the ear? No one resists. And in the alleyway, obviously, they find me with an axe in each hand. I fulfilled a number of contracts by catching the victim's bodyguards with a brat on a string, which got me to thinking, maybe it'd work in a bigger fight too. A few riders prancing around on their steeds, shouting obscenities. Their every gesture just begging, run after me, catch me, kill me. You think the demons will resist the urge? They'll forget every order they were given and charge forward. But May pointed out, this tactic seems reckless. A battle plan shouldn't rely on the success of a few daredevils. Obrig, what exactly do you have in mind? They've gone and sacrificed their own mobility. It's a gift to our infantry. We just need to act carefully, keep our heads down, deal rapid strikes from different directions, retreating before the demons even know where to look. We'll run them ragged, wear them down, bleed them dry, and they'll not be able to muster a counterattack. I like this approach, but infantry won't sustain it. Every attack will see us losing fighters. You need cavalry for this kind of tactic. Captain Odin, what's your suggestion? The demons want to adopt a defensive stance. Well, that's their business, but it's no reason to change our own strategy. The battle will turn into a ranged duel. We'll move our infantry ahead as a tempting target for enemy fire. I'm certain our soldiers will do their duty with distinction. And while they're launching one pointless volley after another into the shield wall of our infantry, our sharpshooters will be felling them one by one. Treating our soldiers as if they were pawns. Vile. Everything is clear to me now. The advisors nod respectfully in response to your words. Alright, so Sela will get Contain the Enemy ability. The unit's next melee attack will reduce the target speed to 0 for 1 round. Regals will give us Bait. All units in a 3x3 area will try to move toward this unit and attack it for 1 round. This is a mind-affecting effect. You finally get a Taunt, which would be great for the shield bearers that you can get from Regal earlier. Greybore will give us Taunt. Target unit will try to move toward this unit and attack it for 3 rounds. This is a mind-affecting effect. Yeah, so this is an AoE taunt, but it only lasts for 1 round, and then the single target taunt lasts for 3 rounds. And then Obrig gives us Contain the Enemy ability. Just like Sela. Then we'll get Juicy Target from Odin. All enemy ranged units will be able to attack only this unit in the next round. This is a mind-affecting effect. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to use any of these anyway. But honestly, this is probably the best one because early on, range units taking out your own range units is the worst thing that could happen. There's that fight in Act 2, the first time you fight an enemy general, and you can use Hellfire Ray on your archers, and that's what he'll do. Too bad you don't have this back then. So we'll go with Odin's strategy. And Captain Odin, I'm taking your suggestion. It will be done, Commander. I believe our gambit will be successful. We'll sacrifice a pawn to take the enemy's queen. Thank you for your time, Commander. I get to briefing the officers on our new strategy at once. Once all the preparations are finished, I'll be at your disposal again. Alright, chanting the remains of the Colorless One. The Colorless One's unholy spirit still lives within the gear crafted from its remains. The dark sorceries of demon worshippers can awaken this spirit and empower the relic. So we can awaken the madness of the colorless one, or offer prayer to Jubilex. This will give a seal of madness. Yeah, we've already read that. Alright, the owner of this quiver can use it to shoot 20 units of ammunition per day. Whenever the wielder of this ammunition lands a first hit against a new enemy, the enemy must pass a will saving throw DC 32, or suffer 2d6 ability damage to intelligence. Doesn't affect creatures with intelligence lower than 3, and become confused for 3 rounds. Or offer a prayer to Jubilex. The owner of this quiver can use it to shoot 20 units of ammunition per day. Whenever the wielder of this ammunition lands a hit, the enemy must pass a Fortitude saving throw DC 32, or be stunned and become vulnerable to sonic damage for 3 rounds. We'll do Awaken the Madness of the colorless one. Long ago, Narticula killed the demon lord Calafir, and out of the fusion of his blood and hatred, the colorless one was born. A priestess, a cultist of the Lady in Shadow, was invited to Dresden to awaken within the remains the creature's agonized spirit. As a result, the relic is filled with destructive power that drives enemies insane. Alright, the fate of the voice of the cursed bard. Strengthening the chain of command. I have a weird question to ask you, Trevor. Which would you undo if you could? Being held captive by the demons, or becoming a Hell Knight? Want to know what is more terrifying? Evil that's done to you, or evil you do to others? I don't have an answer to that. I'm in no place to make that call. Ah, Commander. Good day to you, and all that. I'm Tina from the Next Door Theater. Remember me? So here's the score. We finished rehearsing and are ready to stage the world premiere of our play about your exploits. Grandma sent me to invite you. We're ready to get started. So will you come? Great. Let's leave now. Grandma Gretlin's smile shines with pride and happiness. Her new ladle shines equally bright. She holds it like a scepter. Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come that every participant in the crusade has awaited with bated breath. The day when we, the Next Door Theater, finally present to you our newest production. Theater, theater. Ember laughs melodiously and claps her hands. Gribor casts a long, thoughtful look at Ember. The elf's joy is reflected on the dwarf's stern face by a slight smile. The massive prop catapult behind Grandma creaks loudly, but somewhat ominously in time with her words. At least, you hope it's a prop. Today we return to the recent past. One of the first victories won by the Commander. Our show is dedicated to these grandiose, incredible, mind-blowing, exciting, large-scale, grand, and legendary events many of you probably witnessed firsthand. As the director and playwright, I feel humbled and honored to. Captivated by her own speech, Grandma brandishes her ladle with wild enthusiasm, and accidentally touches, but only lightly, one of the catapult's levers. A theatrically loud whisper from the ranks of the actors. Does anyone remember what we used to load that catapult? I have a better question. What did the projectile hit? I see something that resembles a plume of smoke, and the place similar to the one where we left the crates our props are in. I put my cherry pie in the catapult bucket to have a secret snack during the performance, and now it flew away. The last sentence is followed by a loud sob. Stop panicking. The show must go on, even if we're left without our costumes and props. If something does not go according to plan, improvise. Having whispered these instructions quite loudly to her crew, Grandma Gretlin gives a beaming smile to the audience. Nothing more than a few fireworks to celebrate our premiere. And now, we shall begin. Applaud. Hurrah for the premiere. In the year 4715, in the area near Dresden, a figure appears in front of the army awaiting his orders. It is their leader, Knight Commander Donald. My heart burns. Lampkin pauses, moving his lips quietly. Before inspiring his army with a stirring speech, the commander paused, preparing to say the most important words. Courage. My heart burns with courage. Courage, the delighted Lampkin says proudly, and feeling inspired, goes on almost without hesitation. We will never give up. Onward, my warriors. The commander's speech was certainly inspiring, but he understood it wasn't enough in the face of the upcoming dangers. He needed to describe the goal to the army and give real hope to the soldiers. And so the commander exclaimed. Grandma throws an encouraging glance at Lampkin, and Lampkin throws a pleading glance at you. Like an arrow, we will fly to our goal. To rush to our goal with, Lampkin pauses to prepare the last few words the way others prepare for a race or a fight. Lightseed. Lightseed is an ancient Aslanti battle cry, and a spell for good luck. Grandma Gretlin remarks without batting an eye. Then, with his army properly inspired, the commander explained the details of his grand strategic plan. As we all know, the commander planned to disperse the enemy's legions by charging them on the back of a huge, formidable mountain goat. Grandma pauses and glances askance at the quite ordinary pony standing near the edge of the stage. A huge but miniature mountain goat of a rare pony-like breed. Are we completely sure Pretzel's up to the task? I haven't been to any of his rehearsals, but he definitely doesn't look like he's ready to ride down demonic legions. Not to worry. Our steam soundmaster is backstage. We'll lure Pretzel with a carrot. Our pony can move as fast as a hurricane for a carrot. He would charge a Baylor, if any Baylor are foolish enough to stand between Pretzel and his carrot. It seems to me that something has gone wrong. You know how many ponies I had to audition for this role? An entire herd. This was the only one that was any good. He did this trick perfectly during the rehearsals. I don't know why he decided to dig in his heels now. Oh Pretzel, how you've let me down. Now that all of you have witnessed the most spectacular, dramatic, and impressive culmination of our play, let us return to reality for a moment. Welcome the person whom we are all gathered here to celebrate. The Commander. After all, this is one of his earliest adventures. So what do you say, Commander? Did you like our show? I had so much fun. Of course, sure. A mysterious smile appears on Grandma Gretlin's face. Believe it or not, Commander, but every true comedian knows their calling is to provoke laughter and smiles, not necessarily on stage. And it need not be a successful, professional, and perfectly organized performance. Sometimes our art exceeds the limitations of the stage. And now, unfortunately, the time has come to say goodbye. We're with you almost from the first day, but now the show is over, and the next door theater troupe has other places to be, and other plays to perform.
I'm gone.
That's that. Alright, we need to talk to Ember anyways, that's convenient. A fire turned out much more convincing than kind words. I'm ashamed that I couldn't reach them with words. Maybe there was another way to convince them. I don't know. I don't like preaching like this, but I'll do it again if I have to. What's going to happen to Nocticula now? It's up to her. She used to think she was free, but she was actually controlled by her sins. Now she is actually free, and afraid. What will she choose? Maybe she will do evil again. Maybe she'll leave the abyss. I don't know. Now everything is in her hands. Let's stop by the merchant and sell some stuff. Then we'll go back inside, possibly talk to Dorgalinda.
I am never wrong.
At least I think that's the decree we did.
We do it my way. My skills are absolute.
Oh, this guy, Harmondon. Commander, permission to report. I finally bring you good news for a change. Now that you've put an end to the wary, barely anyone questions your right to lead the crusade. The Rosian now has a circle of influential people who are sympathetic to our efforts and see you as the foremost protector of Golarion. They'd like to help our army in any way you want. What should we ask of them? I think we should ask for something we're always lacking: money and other forms of material support. Have them send us holy relics, those that are gathering dust in their possession, like in some kind of museum. Make them procure for us the most valuable of resources: knowledge. Any manuscripts on warfare, treatises on arms and armor improvement, intelligence on demons and their weaknesses. Make them use their money and influence to gather these types of writings from all across Golarion. So we can ask for anything. Make them send us reinforcements, but not another bunch of commoners, their very own overgrown infantile offspring. Let's discuss our options in further detail. As you command. Silo, what's your plan? On the home front, lots of holy relics are just gathering dust in temples or private collections. Their place is here, on the front lines, where the fate of our world will be decided. Let our best officers arm themselves with the sacred gifts of the gods. May the power hidden within them help us defeat the demons at last. Don't overestimate the sanctimonious reliquary keepers. They'll suffer heart attacks at the thought of sending their priceless treasures to war. What if we lose them? In the end, they'll just give us some junk and hide the things that are actually powerful in their deepest cellar, then swallow the key. Regil, what do you suggest? Despite all of my experience in command and my Hell Knight training, I wouldn't even begin to assume that I know everything about war and weaponry. Many nations, mercenary groups, and noble houses keep secrets related to warfare they're not keen on sharing. Now is a good time to use the money and the influence of our unexpected benefactors to unlock those secrets. These days, you will find a soul in Golarion who knows how to fight demons better than we and our soldiers do. I doubt some dusty book on armor polishing techniques will help us in any way. Now, holy relics are a whole different kettle of fish. They boost morale and have a very practical use against demons. Darren, your opinion, please. Have you seen the volunteers we've been getting lately? They're skinny, ragged, hunched, less of an army, more of a traveling almshouse. If our neighbors are willing to help, let them send the best breed, offspring of barons and counts. They themselves may be completely useless, but their dear fathers and mothers will send their best warriors to accompany them. Their personal guard, sworn knights, and seasoned mercenaries. All those will see to it that their beloved youngster's head is not removed by some demon or other. In a fight, a single one of these skilled riders or trained swordsmen is worth 10 commoners who've just been given a spear and told the following words of martial wisdom. You're not a baker anymore. You're a soldier. What this army definitely has no need for is more nobles. If you need proof, just take a look at Count Arendae. Captain Harmondon, what would you advise? In my opinion, we don't need to overthink this. There's no such thing as too much money. We'll ask for material aid and buy everything we're currently missing. Money comes and goes. We must take this chance to get that which can't be bought. Thank you. Everything is clear. What are your orders? So Sela will give us the Relic Keeper at level 20. The General has a plus 15 bonus to power. Regil will give us Brilliant Strategist. All ranged and infantry units have a plus 15% bonus to damage. And Darren, Noble Recruits. All cavalry and Grand Tier units have a plus 20% bonus to damage. And Captain Harmodin. Finance points income increases by 100. Material points income by 5. Energy points income by 4. Let's go with this one. We won't be able to take advantage of it until level 20, but as soon as Shai, being the spellcaster that he is going to take great advantage of this. So Sela, your advice is sound. Tell them to send us holy relics. I'll make sure that only the worthiest and most dependable officers receive these relics. Praise be to the good gods. With their strength by our side, we'll be unstoppable. Thank you, Commander. Hope our allies will fulfill their promises. I'll personally leave for Nerosian to oversee the progress being made by our new associates. Hopefully, I'll return with good news before long. He does not return with good news. Alright, we'll issue that, and then do some campaigning.
Follow if you dare.
Alright, we're done here for now. But I'm also going to call it here for now. So once we exit Dresden, we'll wrap it up, and next time, I don't have a plan. I could head to the Old Sakorian Mines and wrap up that quest. I think that's what we'll do next time. That's a one-stop shop. Well, a two-stop shop, actually. We have to go there, then one other location to finish that quest. But it is nearby. But for now, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.